Citizen communications. At this time, the public is invited to address the city council and speak on any matter not specifically listed for public hearing elsewhere in this agenda. Please note that the city council members may not respond to comments or deliberate on topics if they are not included on this agenda. This citizen will be allowed 3 minutes to address council. Citizens wishing to speak should fill out a speaker request form located on the back of the city council chambers and deliver it to the city secretary before the meeting begins. City council has adopted a policy consistent with the state law that provides defamation, intimidation, personal affronts, profanity, or threats of violence, shouting, unruly behavior, and other similar behavior that may impede or disrupt the orderly conduct of meetings, such as distraction, side conversation. See section 2-1.1 for further details. We're going to go to Mr. Nick.
Okay. Good afternoon, guys. Oof. So again, that's complete bullshit. If I want to personally affront any one of y'all, we can all do it. I don't care about your code. Please refer to the First Amendment right. Okay. I received all officers' training records on Herman. Herman's the guy y'all put him, he was in prison and y'all put him up with leg wraps and basically tortured a poor man. With that said, the training records were not released from APPD. Y'all refused to give them to me. We all know why. Now, I have limited resources, and I still investigated this better than any of y'all sitting up there, and y'all didn't even really try, huh, Randy? Here's the facts. All officers were trained on body cam and body cam policy. Mr. K-Mac came inside that room, did not have his body cam on. That is against policy. Not a single officer was trained on the leg restraint device that they utilized, against policy. No officers were first aid trained. No officers were trained in the emergency detention policy, which was this about. Herman was suicidal, injured by officers, didn't receive medical treatment, was left exposed, and restrained by cops who had no training. APD decided to self-audit themselves and found themselves not guilty. Way to go, Aaron Jones, for stepping on us, right? That's your officer. I guess he follows your rules, huh, Pound Cake? Now the policy. This is the APD's policy. General criteria for supervision. If an individual believes that he may be suicidal, which this guy did, the officer shall ensure continual direct supervision. Officers cleared his room, removed his blankets and his bedding because they knew he was suicidal. They did not follow this procedure. Initiating temporary custody. The officer should specifically ask if the individual is contemplating suicide. They did that. And he said 7 times, "I'm suicidal." When they do that, you're supposed to get him evaluated for suicidal intent. Y'all didn't follow policy. Kudos, Pound Cake. Suicide attempt, death, or serious injury. Immediate request of emergency medical. Well, y'all told me he was going to be seriously hurt because he stood on a toilet. Y'all didn't follow policy. Way to go, Pound Cake. Release and transfer. Any known threats of suicide or medical condition, it must be documented. There is no documentation of suicide. Didn't follow policy. Training, suicide prevention. Not a single officer was trained on suicide prevention. Thank you, Randy, for investigating that. Not. Emergency detention policy. This is the policy you're supposed to train your people on. Your fucking job. Your job to make sure he does it. Both of y'all failed at it. It's your job to get rid of these people. Voluntary evaluation. If the person desires for emergency detention, the officer should transport the person to the appropriate facility that is conducted an evaluation and admit the person as per policy. Policy was not followed. As you can see, Randy, I am not a liar. What you, Chief Blanchard, and Officer Jones have done is despicable and unprofessional. Y'all covered up abuse of power. I expect council to do something about it, maybe get Texas Rangers involved, but you won't do it because you're all corrupt except for Jason Knight. He's the only person sitting up there that didn't violate any constitutional rights. Mr. Lawyer?
Now we're going to go to Mr. Bill.
I hope you get that fixed. Remember, you work for us.
Hi, folks. Remember me?
Yes, sir.
I'm here. Actually, I came here to talk to you about. I'm Bill Averback. I live at 315 West Guile. Okay. I came to talk to you about the use of hotel motel tax and one tax revenue. And if you look at, I gave you each a sheet, section 351.101, and you go to A4, it lists what some of the expenditures that can be used, and it says the encouragement, promotion, improvement, and application of the arts, including instrumental and vocal music, dance, drama, folk art, creative writing, architecture, design, and allied fields, painting and sculpture, photography, graphic and craft arts, motion pictures, so on, so forth. Anyway, the point is that this money can be used easily to promote the arts in this town. That we have the one guy doing these incredible murals all over town, and in fact he did the signs, welcome to Aransas Pass signs. That guy the money that was paid for didn't come from the city. However, the city could do a lot more by offering a 50% match on any funds that are used for these purposes. And it doesn't have to be through the Chamber of Commerce, or in this, I don't think it was in this case, but
It was.
it was? Okay. So this is one way that I was on the Arts Commission in Austin for 7 years, and the way we did it was we had a 50% match on anybody who wanted to, who had a nonprofit status or was umbrellaed by a nonprofit organization. And they got a 50% match if they filled out the forms right, and they went to the commission and it was approved. And there were concerts and all kinds of arts events all over town. This can happen here easily. It can be used for festivals, and that's all I want to say. Except, no, I'll keep quiet. The community garden needs your help too, so maybe we can get something going there.